Rocky Mountain Sasquatch organization. Welcome to a dirt road roundtable drive. It's Jenny and Kelly, and we're trying to get into Sasquatch Canyon where our game cameras are. They've been trapped in this area for the last 2 years. They've been trapped by a landslide that's messed up the river and the teeny little rough dirt road that gets us back in there where we can hike into our cameras.
Yeah, we don't even know if the cameras are burned up or not.
The way the fires go that we've seen, this 60,000 acre wildfire that caused all this and cut the canyon off, fires are kind of spotty, so we may have lost some, we may have lost none, but I doubt we've lost them all. Most of those cameras, the batteries are good for about a year, so they've been back there 2 years, so we should have a year worth of footage on them. Last year we come in from this side, we're in Indian Canyon. We just come out of Indian Canyon and we've been doing some research, and we think we may be able to get in to Sasquatch Canyon from this side. Yeah, we scouted around here last year. Okay, Indian Canyon is perfectly between Skinwalker Ranch and Sasquatch Canyon. 10 miles west is Sasquatch Canyon, 10 miles east is Skinwalker Ranch. So just to put that into perspective, and there's Bigfoot sightings in this area. It's one of the reasons we started coming into this canyon is because of Bigfoot sightings. And then of course there's the paranormal activity that people talk about. And when I say paranormal, like flying orbs, UFO type phenomenon is what people talk about. And then of course there's the Skinwalker. And I'm no Skinwalker expert, but we're in Skinwalker country. Jenny and I about slid off the mountain last year, scouting this out, trying to get into Sasquatch Canyon last year. We hit mud and snowbanks and slid off the road
and down the side of the hill. It was really...
It was intense.
It actually scared me. I was like, I'm getting out now.
I puckered my butt cheeks. That was scary. Yeah, Jenny actually had to get out of the car and guide my tires to get me back on the road. And
I was happy to get out of the car. Didn't hurt my feelings.
So we're going to take you guys along with us. It's our form of a podcast. And part of Bigfooting's the drive into these places. And this, we started calling Sasquatch Canyon land the Lost because it's been cut off from human activity. You know, there's people that get in, that have gotten in here from this side. That's how we know we should be able to. It's just knowing your way in on the maze of dirt roads back here. Yeah, we did a little bit of Bigfoot hiking and investigating in this area last year.
I can't believe how many bears are in this area. Last night, we were outside our camp, and there were so many bear vocalizations, and one was so close it made me jump.
I was hearing them after we went to bed too.
Oh yeah, all night long. They're noisy right now.
They come down off the mountain and work their way to the river to get a drink and forage or whatever. He's the biggest black bear I've seen in the wild. He was a two-toned color. He had shaggy cinnamon on his back legs, and then his face and his part of his front legs was the traditional black fur that you see on black bears, but the rest of him was shaggy cinnamon. And yeah, I made him really nervous. He was smacking his lips and pinning his ear back, but I got 2 good photos of him, and I filmed him for a little while too. And he kept lifting his left leg like a dog, so I suspect he was spraying, letting us know it was his territory. Yep, daytime handheld camera, 7:30 in the evening, and that canyon was all in shadow. You couldn't actually see the sun anymore, but you know, it was still daylight. Yeah, he was coming down to the river for a drink, and then once he noticed I was staring at him, he retreated back up the mountain and hid in the trees. But yeah, lip smacking, pinning the ears back, kept looking down at me, and I got 2 really good photos of him.
We also got a mountain lion on our game count.
Yes.
And a fox and a coyote.
Right. The biggest mountain lion I've ever seen on any one of my game cameras, at least tall-wise, the top of his back. It looks it looks like something out of Africa.
It's
like
huge.
One of those adult female lionesses.
It was so big, and it's only like 50 feet from where we're sleeping.
Yup.
Big.
We've saw their footprints around our camp area in years past, and their poop. And one of them, one year where we camp, our favorite base camp in this area, it dragged a deer up in the middle of our camp and ate it.
Yeah. Not while we were there, but it was there when we got there.
Yep. And then several weeks before we got the bear on video, on the game camera, not bear, excuse me, back up. When we got the mountain lion on the game camera several weeks before, Jenny and I were hiking on the mountain below that.
Our camp.
Yeah, looking for Bigfoot activity because there's sightings in the area. That's why we camped there. Jenny found where something had been dragged, and we suspected it was a mountain lion dragging its kill. And then we started finding footprints of a cub, or not a
Good
cub.
old baby kit.
A big kitten, and its paws were the size of a bobcat.
Yeah.
So it was obviously a mother mountain lion, and the baby was following behind. And then we followed those drag marks for over a half a mile, and then we found the kill. I will put that footage, I'll put a link in the description of this video so you guys can go watch us finding and following that mountain lion kill. I was wondering if the mountain lion we caught on our game camera was the same one that had that kill below, but I don't know. It's so huge that it's I'm thinking it's a tom. We don't get the right parts of it to identify if it's a tom or a female. I have a hard time calling a mountain lion baby a kitten. Because we've captured mother mountain lions in this area and their kittens, and their kittens are sometimes a year or two old, and they're just as big as the mom. They may not weigh as much, but they're just as big as her, and so I have a difficult time referring to them as a kitten.
Well, I just call them kids because they're the young ones. I mean, I don't really. I personally, my little slang for them are kids.
The mom had a nest with them in there.
Oh, they're so cute.
Yeah, Jenny was able to pet the tail of one.
Yeah, they were in their little nest and their little tails were sticking out, so I pet their tails.
74 degrees. Let's see what our elevation is. 9,300 feet. Some people ask for those statistics in the comments, so I try and remember. Let you guys know. Camera never blinks, so keep an eye for anything that looks Bigfooty. We can only see in the direction we're looking at the time, and I may miss it during editing.
Now we are on the top now. It goes down on the left and down on the right.
On the left side is Indian-owned property, Native American. And then on the right side is public properties, public lands. I don't mind saying Indian because I used to always say Native American, and a lot of my Native American friends are like, I'm not a Native American, I'm an Indian. So some people like it, some people don't. So now it doesn't bother me at all. I'll use either term. And they even put up signs, Indian land, stay off.
Yeah. That's what they're saying.
Actually, a lot of these signs over here marking it say exactly that.
Yeah.
Keep out, Indian land.
That's what they say.
It's going to be quite a ways in to service these cameras. So there's going to be long spells where we're not going to say a word. We were hiking in this canyon because we've received a Bigfoot sighting report out of that canyon over near Twin Falls, Idaho, one of the Snake River canyons. Down there hiking, and there was just berries everywhere. Ripe ones, unripe ones, just... And then, of course, there was a lot of rabbit and deer. Yeah, you go into an area and it's like, why was the Bigfoot here? Why did people see Bigfoot here? And then you come down and there's all these berries. Like, does Bigfoot like berries? Maybe.
I don't think any...
I don't think any animal turns that down.
No.
Yeah, we had to wait for all the snow to melt off and the mud to go away before we could really attempt this. And Jenny and I have been planning on attempting this for a whole year now. This ride that you guys are on is a year in the making.
Yeah, we attempted it, was it last year, and it just didn't work out. So
yeah, that's why I called it a scouting deal, because we were like poking around to see if we could really get in there from this way. And then we ran into some
troubles.
Well, we ran into some people on some ATVs, and they said it was possible. We haven't missed the turn, have we?
No.
Yeah, we ran into these ATVers, and one of them had a monkey, a stuffed animal monkey, strapped to the back of their ATV, and I'm like, let's ask these people. So we told them where we needed to get. They told us it was possible, but we had to drive through a river to make the loop. And then once we figured out where we have to drive through the river, that's what's stopping us from the other way. So we should be able to get to our cameras this way if what they were telling us is correct. We had a person with us that had to be to work that evening, and so once we figured out from those people that we should be able to get there, we had to abandon it because we'd already spent our whole day out here. So that they could get to work. Wow, it's beautiful. I'm gonna flip the camera that way for you guys, so you can see forever. Now you're looking off into the direction of Skinwalker Ranch, about 10 miles off that way. And we're trying to get the Sasquatch Canyon. Wow, long ways down over there, huh?
Yeah. It's not a fun roll.
We've hiked around this mountaintop quite a bit. We found a lot of bear activity up here.
Yeah, we found a bear bed.
We also found a mountain lion kill up here when we were hiking around. Everything had been eaten off that carcass. We even found bobcat evidence and stuff. Bobcat, mountain lion. We're almost at 9,800 feet. Getting close to 10,000 feet. Because of this elevation, the snow stays up here into June, sometimes July. So our window for being able to get over this dirt road pass into Sasquatch Canyon, it's a small window. Like 2 or 3 months out of the year. Depending on the weather. I mean, if you have a year with a lot of rain and all that, you don't want to be up on these in the mud. Jenny and I figured that out because we already slid off the road in the mud, and we weren't going very fast at all. I was driving pretty careful, and we still slid off the road. I don't think I was doing about 10-15 miles an hour.
No, it was just so slippy. The car just slid right down.
The all-terrain tires I had on were only like 6 months old. So I had brand new tread. For a dirt road, this is a pretty nice one, but when it branches off towards Sasquatch Canyon, it gets gnarly.
I was just thinking that. I was like, this is a really nice road. We usually don't get nice roads like this.
I know. I always ask people, could you please have your Bigfoot sightings in more convenient places? We find ourselves in the most craziest places, and our Sasquatch and vehicles always scratch to hell because we're off on narrow dirt roads, and sometimes end up on roads that look like they should just be for four-wheelers.
Because they are.
But the Sasquatch Canyon is so remote from any direction you want to come into it. And like right now, it's, especially the first year after the landslide, nobody could get in there or out. The county paid a couple of contractors to go in there and clean it up as best as they could with backhoes. They've got it all fixed up, most of it, except for one section where the road and the river, they're trying to get that in the budget because that's going to be a major fix, even though it's just a tiny road. But the road washed away and the river come out of where it normally goes. The road's the river's the road.
Yeah. Mess.
Yeah, just a couple of freelancers with backhoes can't fix that. The first year it was completely cut off, and now motivated people are able to get in from like where we're coming from. Hopefully, fingers crossed that we can get in.
Yeah.
Of course, we talk to people on ATVs. Yeah, our Bigfooting budget goes to getting out there. I'm going to twist that over so you guys can check it out. But yeah, we spend a ton of money to get out there and search. And we just currently don't have it in the budget for an ATV. So you guys want to send us one, let us know.
Yeah, send us an ATV.
We could really use it for stuff like this.
Wow, all the spring flowers are just coming out up here. They're super pretty. Wow, so cool. Whoa.
Well, we're like on the spine.
There's a road sort of like this over,
I want to see our elevation on this spine before we start descending. We're right close to 9,600. Yeah, we're coming up to the spot where we slid off the road.
Oh, that's right.
Well, since we don't know the exact one, we'll try and get in this way because I know you can. It's just that other way we were almost there and had to turn back. I could see our camera's position on the GPS.
It is so pretty out here. Oh, it smells good.
This is supposed to bisect a road that we've already been on back here. Wow, when we come back here on the Jeep.
Yeah.
Yeah, this will meet up with that road.
Okay, and then we can go down that way.
Yeah, we'll be able to take a left out to the 6 or a right to Sasquatch Canyon. This might be the better way.
It might be. Because remember how we were like going along all those rocks and we were like scraping. Oh my gosh, look at that canyon down in there. This is so pretty.
The second year that we really were into Sasquatch Canyon and finding some good stuff, I saw a guy put out a video where he took a bunch of pictures and like a 30-second clip of these Bigfoot tracks that he found on this side that we're on now. And he didn't report that to us, he just put a video out and was talking about this area that we're in right now. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that's only a few miles from Sasquatch Canyon. And whoa, whoa!
What is that?
It is a coyote.
It looks like a wolf.
Whoa, whoa!
What is that?
It is a coyote.
It looks like a wolf.
Whoa, whoa!
What is that?
It is a coyote.
It looks like a wolf.
Big coyote, whatever it was. Well, we got that on game camera, or dash camera.
Wow, you hardly ever see that. That was big. That was an off color.
Almost ought to switch the card right now. Make it real easy to find. Let's find a place to pull over and we'll switch SD cards.
You should be able to right here. Do you want me to make a sandwich?
Yeah, I'm ready for lunch while we switch out the SD cards.
Okay.
Let's
pull it there where it's flat.
There's some shade right there.
Nice spot. Put the cab in the shade.
We can review that and identify him. That was fast. We make it to the first 2 game cameras and hike in and collect them. Here are some of the highlights that was on that camera. The batteries on this camera lasted a year and a half. So here's a year and a half. This is near what we call the 77 Bigfoot sighting area. There's a structure there. And we set up some cameras around this suspect Bigfoot structure right near where a good sighting was. We serviced the cameras, and then after we serviced these cameras, we tried to get to the other 3 that are about another 5 or 6 miles in, and we can't get in because of a giant landslide. That area is still the land of the lost. If the Bigfoot are back there, they're really not getting much pressure from man right now because of all the landslides created by the 60,000 acre fire that went through there 3 years ago. I hope you guys enjoyed a look at the remote side of Sasquatch Canyon. Keep on watching. We're going to keep on squatching.